This is a video on the making of my computer, and it was quite a trip to make this computer. It was very difficult. We had a lot of trouble. I wasn't too sure on what I was doing because it was my first computer, but it was a lot of fun. Here you see the graphics card on top of the motherboard. This was kind of the first thing that I put on, and you can see some tape that was just supporting the graphics card, and you can also see me holding the hard drive. I'm not too sure where to put it in. Right here you can see me plugging in the power supply to everything, and this is the very first time that I'm gonna turn it on. And the first time that I tried doing this, we forgot to turn on the power supply. There's a little button on the power supply that turns it on, and so it didn't work, and we were confused. But we figured out that the power supply wasn't on, so we turned that on, and the second time, we got the computer to turn on. And this was a very happy moment for me right here, and you can also see a little bit of the processor and the RAM. Now, here is me turning it off, and also a very exciting moment knowing that it would turn off, meaning that all the parts were working properly. Also, this took a lot of modification to the case that we were going to make. And so, as you can see, we did make the case, and it was a very difficult process. There was a lot of footage there of drilling, sawing, sanding, and painting. And this right here is mounting the motherboard into that part. And so we went out and bought acrylic, and that's what the case is actually made of. We were just salvaging some parts from the other computer case that we had, and this is mounting the acrylic onto the sides. And then there was quite a lot of work. I'm just checking to see if all the screws are tight, and here we have getting some fan mounts onto the acrylic, and so there was a lot of work put into these, getting them nice and round, fan mounts. And so the front panel has two fans, a very large one and a smaller fan. I'm not too sure what size they are. And so here's what the case is going to look like, as you can see. It's not exactly done, and the computer is nowhere close to finished, but it is how it's gonna look. And there's just a few loose screws still and things to put, and we haven't put Windows on it yet. This is going into the BIOS for the first time, and I was fairly confused on what to do, but kind of figured it out. And it took a while because we didn't have a copy of Windows on us, so we went down to the store and got one. And then the Windows was on a DVD, which the computer did not have, so we had to open it up and salvage a DVD reader and plug it in. Here we see me plugging it in, and so quite a huge mess of wires, and we've got Windows installed. And there's the huge mess of wires and all the lights and fan and stuff. And it was actually a very smooth process, worked very nicely, and you can see the DVD reader that we got off another computer that we had in the house, and this process was very happy process for me. And then we got a different heat sink. The work wasn't done, but what I didn't notice was that the mount was put on sideways, which I did on accident, and so that's the heat sink. It's a very nice heat sink, and it's very compact because this is a very small case, and right there is when I noticed that it went in sideways, so we had to remove that and fix it so we could put it in the actual way it's supposed to go. And this keeps the processor very cool because there's 3 fans in line that cool it off, which makes it very good. And here we have the computer turning off because the video is almost done, and we'll have a few pictures here of the computer.